make it about basketball and the reality sets in, and you make certain that that does, and there's no doubt to me who's winning, and that's going to be Kentucky. So you just go out there and be excited to play, but it's not about emotion. It's about you cashing in on this opportunity because you've worked really, really hard. You've earned this opportunity. Now go make it pay off for you. Let's go get it. Let's go. You got it, you got it, you got it. We're ready.
Welcome to Big Monday, presented by Bud Light. And tonight's SEC on ESPN matchup is part of Play for K, benefiting the K Out Cancer Fund in partnership with the WBCA and the V Foundation. Tonight's matchup, well, for the first time in the history of this series, Kentucky comes to town as the higher-ranked team. It's number 7 against number 11. The Cats are closing in on what would be their first SEC title in 3 decades if they can pick up a win here tonight and another one on Thursday. Beth Mullins, along with Stephanie White, who won a national championship with the Purdue Boilermakers in a big matchup tonight for Tennessee. They've got to try and pull the Cats back to the pack, and for Kentucky, trying to continue the best season in school history.
Well, Kentucky either way walks out of the gym still in first place, but Tennessee needs to gain some momentum as they head down the stretch. And you see those 3 conference losses. Well, one of those conference losses was handed to them by Kentucky. And here it is, the end of the ball game. The go-to player, Adia Mathis, hits it to go up 1. Tennessee has an opportunity to win the ball game, and Kamiko Williams pulls up just short. A missed opportunity for Tennessee in the celebration for Kentucky.
That was back on January 12th. Today, the rematch, and for Kentucky, they'll play 4 guards. They're all about pressure and pace, and Adia Mathis had a career-high 34 points in that win against Tennessee earlier, including the game winner. For Tennessee, Tabor Spaney is a 3-point threat who did not play in that first game due to an injury. Johnson and Strickland are part of this senior class that has not yet been to a Final Four. And it's always a big day, home games here at Thompson Bowling Arena, but certainly a special one on the Play for K Big Monday game. The theme here is Live Pink, Bleed Orange. That's what they've always done here at Tennessee on these special occasions. Over 12,000 T-shirts were laid out on the seats earlier today, and you can join the WBCA and the V Foundation in the fight against cancer. Go to playfork.org to make your donation. This is the first of our doubleheader. 8-time national champion Tennessee and Kentucky will lead things off. 7-time national champion UConn, ranked number 3 in the country, will be visiting the Oklahoma Sooners in a rematch of the 2002 national championship game. Tennessee will be sporting the pink jerseys. Kentucky in their road blues with the pink sneakers. And it's all about matching the intensity. When we were visiting with Kentucky at their shoot-around, they knew that Tennessee will have revenge on their minds, and they'll be raring to go. We've got a Final Four group of officials with us tonight. Lisa Mattingly, Dee Kantner, and Scott Yarbrough. Playing on the court that is named in her honor, Pat Summitt on one side, her former graduate assistant, Matthew Mitchell, coaching the Cats tonight. And Tennessee wins the opening tip. Megan Simmons looking for 3. Doesn't get the bounce to go. It will stay with Tennessee.
Well, Tennessee had an opportunity right away to hit Glory Johnson underneath. Didn't quite get it. Simmons, I feel like she's a player who really needs to get herself going early. Maybe get a couple of looks at the rim and then step out and knock down 3-point shots.
She is a high-volume shooter. She takes a lot of shots. The good news possibly for Tennessee, she's been making them a bit more accurately the last couple of games. They'll need her big down the stretch.
She sure has 5 of 11 from the floor for 20 points against Vanderbilt. They certainly do need her to catch fire, give them another offensive threat.
That foul was on the freshman Bria Goss, one of the top rookies in the country. And here's a Kentucky turnover. They do that better than any other team in the country. Amber Smith with the pull-up and Shakina Strickland with the rebound. On the run, the long pass, a nice catch by Glory Johnson for 2.
Well, tempo is going to be key for Kentucky, but it could be just as key for Tennessee. Ariel Massengale needs to be able to give up the ball to her teammates, not have to handle that full court pressure from Kentucky, 94 feet, because she's playing a lot of minutes, and to have to handle that for all of those minutes gets awfully wearing mentally.
She's number 5 in the pink jersey, and it's that time of year, too, where the freshman can hit that wall. So far, that hasn't happened for Massengale. Here defending on Smith, and Amber is called for the foul. Let's check out Ariel Massengale, the freshman out of Bolingbrook, Illinois.
Well, Massengale head up, throws it up. Glory Johnson, great hands and strong finish. Tennessee needs to take advantage when they can get easy opportunities to score.
We're going to see a lot of this tonight from Kentucky. They'll throw on the full court pressure. The pull-up for Strickland from 15. So the 2 seniors setting the tone early for Tennessee. We talked about them longing to play in a Final Four. Every class in the Pat Summitt era, the last 4 decades, has been to a Final Four at least once, and they will be seeking their first trip in this postseason as Glory Johnson commits the foul.
Well, we saw Kentucky working against the zone today, attacking the paint. Adia Mathis goes up. That looked pretty clean to me. Glory Johnson got a hand on it.
Mathis will get to the free throw line. The junior from Louisville is the front runner right now for SEC Player of the Year honors, and she's tops on the team in scoring, three-point shooting, and steals. And Stephanie, something that you can probably relate to. Since that 34-point outburst against Tennessee, she's getting a lot more attention from defenders.
Absolutely. Defenders are not only going to be aware of where she is, but they're going to body her. They're going to play physical with her, try to get her out of the game mentally. And Matthew Mitchell talked to us about how key it is for her to not have to feel the pressure to score all the buckets. Somebody else has got to step up and knock down shots.
Tennessee gets it into the hands of Massengale. And a bump with the body out top. And that is the second already on Bria Goss, and the freshman will get the hook. Matthew Mitchell, in his 5th year with the Cats, he's 2 of 7 in his attempts against Tennessee, a former graduate assistant back in 2000, and a member of Pat Summitt's staff that went to the Final Four that year. Megan Simmons hits for 3. And already a lot of emotion out of the Tennessee Lady Vols. Mathis will try and respond. Vicky Ball waits for Massengale to come back for it. Simmons feeling it. She'll launch again. Timeout, Kentucky. She told us at shoot-around she's feeling it of late, and she's jacked up a couple early for the Lady Vols.
When you pay too much for cable, you throw things. When you throw things, people think you have anger issues. When people think you have anger issues, your schedule clears up. When your schedule clears up, you grow a scraggly beard. When you grow a scraggly beard, you start taking in stray animals. And when you start taking in stray animals, you can't stop taking in stray animals. Stop taking in stray animals. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Megan Simmons close to 30% shooting on the year from downtown, but the last couple of games over 40%.
Well, she's a streaky shooter, and she's feeling it early. She knocks one down from the corner, and then just in case she didn't think she was feeling it, she lit it up again.
Mathis high over the defender, won't go. And it's out of bounds off of Tennessee. You know, those shooters, they start thinking about it when they cross half court, and you could see Simmons getting her feet and her hands ready for the catch and release.
A little heat check. Yeah, I'm still hot.
Last year's SEC Rookie of the Year has been coming off the bench quite a bit this season. and has worked her way into the starting lineup. Tipped out of bounds by Tennessee. Here's Pat Summitt. 8 national championships. Nobody in college basketball history has won as many as she has, getting close to 1,100 career wins on the resume. Simmons with the block.
You see the emotion from Megan Simmons. She has the ability to catch fire quickly, and when she does, she can be a true emotional leader for this team. And there she gets the block and the react.
Known for her offense, when Megan Simmons decides to play defense, that's a good sign for Tennessee. Mathis goes to the right hand, rims it around and out. Tipped out to Amber Smith. Smith, the kick out. Castine Evans looking for 3. Another board.
Well, you cannot continue to give Kentucky multiple opportunities. You get them to take a contested jump shot. Need to be able to try to finish that play. Box out.
Smith way off the mark.
And early in this ball game, that zone doing exactly what it's designed to do. Force contested jump shots. And Matthew Mitchell talked to us about the fact that his team needs to continue to attack off the dribble, even against the zone.
Good look too, Stephanie, at how Kentucky's going to make decisions in this kind of environment. As they force the turnover, Smith is better off the bounce than she is a three-point shooter. On the drive, Samari Walker, the UConn transfer, cleans it up. Might have a foul called on Kentucky. That's on Mathis. And that is her first. Megan Conright now into the game for Matthew Mitchell. They've been to the finals of the SEC tournament the last 2 years. They've been knocking on the door. A trip to the Elite Eight a couple seasons ago. In the driver's seat right now in the SEC, and the lob over the top, trying to get it to Strickland, and another Tennessee turnover. Smith. The pass to no one in particular. A couple of turnovers apiece. Well, Super Tuesday presented by KFC. Coming your way tomorrow with Florida, Alabama at 7, then Ohio State, Minnesota at 9. Super Tuesday on ESPN, ESPN3, and on the Watch ESPN app. Buckeyes will try and bounce back from that home loss to Michigan State the other day. As Strickland scores and then shakes her head, and Tennessee dominant early.
And it's always a good sign when Shekinna Strickland is being aggressive to the rim. She can create so many mismatches with her size, her ability to handle, play inside, outside. But when she's in attack mode, playing aggressively, that's a good sign for Tennessee.
Kentucky, another second chance, and this time Mathis able to finish. It's only 5'9", but a good rebounder at about 5 per game. And another Kentucky foul. That's going to be their 4th, and the first on Smith.
Well, Shekinna Strickland is being the aggressor early in transition, able to create a little separation, knock it down. Tennessee on top.
Oh.
Hey, could you hold that, please? All right. Here we go. Keep the change. Just over 9 minutes to go. Hello, everybody.
You too. How are you?
It's the sure sign of a good time. Just right taste of Bud Light. Here we go.
Apparently I didn't get the Thong Thursday memo.
Last winter, we took a Mitsubishi Outlander and Outlander Sport to a frozen proving ground to test their advanced all-wheel control systems like never before. 24 hours and 5 world records later, we'd made history. Hurry in for 0% APR for 60 months on the 2011 Outlander and Outlander Sport.
At Pizza Hut, big-time value lives inside the box. Introducing Pizza Hut's new $10 dinner box. For only $10, you get one huge box filled with 3 of your favorites, including a medium pizza loaded with your favorite topping, 5 freshly baked breadsticks served with a cup of marinara sauce for dipping, and 10 cinnamon sticks dusted with cinnamon and sugar, complete with their own sweet icing cup. And you get all these favorites for only $10, but only at your Pizza Hut.
First and second round coverage of the Masters coming in April on ESPN.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by Bud Light. It's the sure sign of a good time. Here we go. And in part by Mitsubishi. Experience the Mitsubishi Outlander Sport at your local dealer. And Pizza Hut. Right now, get any pizza for just $10. Only at your Pizza Hut.
Thompson Bowling Arena in Knoxville, home of the Summit and home of a wealth of national championship banners. That's half of the 8 that are hanging from the rafters here as we check out the season comparison, including RPI and strength of schedule that both favor Tennessee. But the projected seed right now from Charlie Cream's bracketology has Kentucky at a 2, Lady Vols at a 3.
Well, Kentucky has positioned themselves extremely well for that 2 seed. But a lot of times we see it's how do you finish coming down the stretch the last few weeks of the season into conference tournaments.
Rory Johnson for 2 more. The tail of the tape right now. Tennessee shooting better than 70%. Kentucky is under 10% shooting. And even though the score favors Tennessee, does the pace perhaps favor Kentucky over the long haul?
I think it does, and that's where Kentucky wins ball games because they're able to wear teams down. And for a 40-minute ball game, Tennessee expending a lot of energy early.
I'll tell you what, though, if you're a Lady Vol fan, you've got to like the intensity, the energy, and the fact that Strickland and Johnson are calling for the ball. Double dribble and a forced turnover by the Cats deep. Third on Tennessee. They had 20 in the first meeting. Kentucky ranked number 1 in the nation with a +12 turnover margin.
It's so important when you play Kentucky. You cannot feed into their pace. This is a team who wants to turn you over early in the shot clock or get you to take quick shots.
They force 29 turnovers per game.
And they convert 32 points off of those turnovers. Kentucky does not want to play a half-court game. And as we alluded to earlier, the pace right now favoring them for the long term.
4th turnover as Samari Walker gets the steal. They are just unable to convert offensively right now. Working on the zone. Snowden to Evans, around to Mathis. Keila Snowden, one of their top shooters. And a rebound for Glory Johnson. Strickland running the floor. And Tennessee right now able to beat Kentucky down.
And able to do it by passing the ball ahead. And you see again the energy. Megan Simmons and Shakina Strickland.
16-6. Lady Vols riding their seniors and a wave of emotion early.
What makes you trust a company? Wait, scratch that. What makes you trust a car insurance company? A talking animal? A talking character? A talking animal character? How fancy their commercials are, maybe? Or how many there are? But what about when a company's customers do the talking? Esurance customers are saying stuff like awesome and rockin'. And they aren't even paid to. Fancy that. Esurance. Insurance for the modern world. Click or call.
Glory Johnson, Shakina Strickland have combined for 10 points. Megan Simmons has hit a couple of triples. And Tennessee in front of Kentucky trying to chase down the Cats, who right now are in charge in the SEC. They're 2 games up on the Lady Vols in the loss column, with just a handful of games remaining in the regular season. Tennessee able to win the paint battle, which both sides talked about being critical tonight. They've got 6 points already inside.
It's critical on both ends of the floor. Offensively, attacking, getting easy scores in the paint, and defensively, keeping each other out of the paint.
Passing it with the spin and the window work.
If Tennessee can get consistent offense from Ariel Massengale, give them a fourth go-to scorer, especially with her ability to handle the ball and get in the paint, she can be a scoring threat and a facilitator.
They are smoking right now. 80% from the floor is Tennessee. Shot clock's down to 5. Mathis kicks it back out. Snowden, deep 3. And then Glory Johnson is called for a technical foul. But I think Lisa Mattingly is going to go talk to the other official and realize that she was only, looked like Johnson was trying to bounce it off of her out of bounds to maintain possession. There was a Kentucky player down on the ground. Two free throws with the technical. That, by the way, is also now the second personal foul on Glory Johnson. Is she throwing it at the player, or is she just trying to knock it out of bounds off of her?
It looks like she's trying to knock it out of bounds, and Lisa Mattingly may have thought Glory Johnson was already out of bounds before she did that, but that's a tough call right there. That's trying to maintain possession while off balance.
Pat Summit, not many calls go against her in this building, but that one looked like it did, and a tough break.
And the second personal foul on Glory Johnson. It's so important to have her on the floor. And she's had a few games where she's been in foul trouble. It makes an impact.
Well, now Tennessee's got to settle down a little bit. They turn it over again. That's the 5th already in the first 6 minutes.
And exactly right. Right now, Tennessee's got to calm down. They want to maintain this momentum. Emotion is a good thing, but sometimes it can be a bad thing. And right now, they've got to get themselves into a little bit more of a flow.
Defensively, they've done well. Kentucky just 13% shooting.
And Kentucky playing away from their strengths, not attacking the paint. Shot clock winding down, got to get it off.
And they don't. Was it a violation or a held ball? They're going to call it a violation.
Well, the shot clock's winding down. The ball goes inside, and pick your poison, jump ball or shot clock violation.
Well, Kentucky right now, no paint points and no points off of turnovers, and those two statistics are what they feed off of.
Well, the zone is forcing them to play around the perimeter. They're not attacking. They're not finding ways to penetrate that zone, whether it's off the dribble or with penetrating passes.
A couple of turnovers on the 2 possessions since the tech. At the 12:56 mark on Glory Johnson. Flash high, Pinkett. Boy, they are just ice cold here in the first half.
And another offensive rebound for Kentucky. You're getting them to take the shots you want if you're Tennessee, but you got to be able to finish the play, because if you give them 3 and 4 chances, they're certainly going to hit one.
Mathis off the ball fake, steps by the defender and hits.
Adia Mathis is so good at that 1-2 dribble pull-up in the paint. She plays right around those elbows so well.
She's got 6 points now. Tennessee doubling up Kentucky, but the Lady Vols called the timeout to get themselves situated. 4 turnovers in their last 6 trips. But early on, Megan Simmons from deep's been good.
Well, Megan Simmons caught fire early. And ball goes inside, outside, working around, and then the heat check. Hitting the second one, get it done defensively as well. Megan Simmons is a streaky player offensively, and you had said it, Beth, when you get her playing both ends of the floor, she can be awfully tough to handle.
And As a Tennessee team coming in at 17-7. You know, they're not used to losing a lot around these parts. There have been a lot of references made to the 1997 team that had 10 losses, including 3 late in the year, but then went on to win the national championship.
Well, it's about peaking at the right time. It's about finding ways to come together at the end of the season, making a run. And this team has the pieces to the puzzle. They have not put it together consistently.
Spaney off the backside of Mathis. Kentucky will try and push with numbers. Good fade to the corner by Pinkett. Evans, another offensive rebound, and this one they make count. 10 already in the first half on the offensive glass. Spaney.
Well, one of those pieces to the puzzle. Tabor Spaney missed 9 games with a bone bruise. Such an important piece for Tennessee. Her ability to stretch the defense, her IQ, understanding of in-game situations, so important to have her back.
Pinkett got the triple. Now Kentucky's starting to heat up a bit.
Well, it's just a matter of time when you give teams multiple opportunities, get a couple of buckets here and there. 11 second chance points for Kentucky. That's going to give them the confidence to knock down those shots.
Foul is on Amber Smith. That is her second personal on this Play for K Monday night in Thompson Bowling Arena. A touchdown lead for Tennessee.
A winter weather advisory is in effect.
To prove our advanced all-wheel control can handle anything, Mitsubishi teamed up with Weather Underground and rode the first big storm of the season across the country.
Heavy snow will create hazardous, if not impossible, driving conditions.
It's really icy right here.
After 5 days, 6 states, and thousands of miles, we prove there's no such thing as bad weather. Ride the storm at MitsubishiCars.com/storm.
One woman, one powerful savings tool, one chance to hunt down the right insurance at the right price. The Name Your Price tool, only from Progressive. Ready, aim, save.
Forgot my phone.
The Name Your Price tool, now available on your phone. Get a free quote today.
This Black History Month, join Verizon in celebrating African-American innovators.
From the first African-American female professional stock car racer.
To an educator who refused to accept a failing school system.
To a pro athlete devoted to his city and its youth.
To 3 friends committed to making a difference.
And a pastor who used music to build a community.
Experience our stories and be inspired to power your dreams at VerizonWireless.com/celebrating your story.
Back inside Thompson Bowling Arena. Big Monday presented by Bud Light and a Play for K game, the first of our doubleheader tonight. Tennessee, Kentucky first. And we'll follow it up next with UConn and Oklahoma. 9 offensive rebounds, 10 second chance points for Kentucky. And really, that's the only way they're scoring right now because they're only shooting 23% from the floor.
When you give a good team multiple opportunities, give them easy buckets off of those second chance points, they're going to gain some confidence, and then that's going to extend out to the three-point line. Tennessee doing a good job getting the first shot that they want to give up from the 3, but then they've got to be able to secure that defensive rebound.
A couple of foul situations. Amber Smith and Bria Goss with 2 each. The starting guards for Kentucky are both sitting right now, and Glory Johnson has played just 4 minutes. Her second personal foul was a questionable technical foul. She was off to a pretty good start, and Simmons and Strickland also have combined for a dozen points here in the first half. Kentucky seeking its first win in Thompson Bowling Arena. They have not won in Knoxville since 1985. And trying to get their first season sweep of the Lady Vols. There's an offensive board for Tennessee. Simmons on the drive. Rebound corralled by Asia Bishop. Crystal Riley now into the game. Matthew Mitchell's going to have to use some of his perimeter depth here with the guards in foul trouble.
Well, the good thing for Kentucky is they have that depth. They play multiple players, double-digit minutes. They can come at you in waves. But right now, playing around the perimeter against this 2-3 zone by Tennessee.
Riley has the shot blocked by Spaney. Yeah, they should be ready to go, Kentucky. They've had a week off since that LSU loss snapped their 10-game winning streak. Down on the deck, Kentucky. That pressure forcing another turnover. Pinkett got it to go.
Defense creating offense, making the hustle plays. Asia Bishop getting on the floor after the loose ball.
You mentioned it early, Stephanie. How long could Tennessee sustain at this pace? Vicky Ball with the nice catch and finish.
And Vicky Ball is going to be key for Tennessee down the stretch. If Dory Johnson gets in foul trouble, Vicky Ball's got to be able to come in and contribute. She had 16 points in the last matchup, and now Tennessee looking to convert in transition again.
Simmons draws the block, but probably would have better served the Lady Vols to pitch that over to Massengale. That's the first foul on Riley.
Nice high-low look. Vicky Ball goes up and gets it and finishes. But you mentioned it, in transition, you have a 3-on-1, give it up, get a layup. You know it's 2, get back on defense.
Sixth team foul now on Kentucky. Next one will put Tennessee in the bonus.
Got a mismatch.
Kentucky did not have anybody to match Baugh inside. And they'll draw the foul on the dribble penetration. Be on Pinkett, that's her first, and now the bonus the rest of the way for Tennessee. Ariel Massengale, 69% free throw shooter. 5 assists per game, leads the team. She has a shot at the freshman assist record, currently held by Lori Moore. She only needs about 20 more the rest of the way to break Moore's record.
Well, Ariel Massengale, even as a young player, gives Tennessee a calming presence on the floor, understands when to push in transition, when to run the half-court offense, how to put people in positions to make them successful.
Tennessee playing a ton of zone here in the first half against Kentucky, trying to keep them out of the paint. Walker has to kick it back out, and a 3-second violation. Will the Cats be able to run their half-court sets without Goss and without Amber Smith, sitting with 2 fouls apiece?
Right now, Tennessee not playing quite as aggressively as they were early in the ballgame offensively. They've got to find a way to attack the paint.
Williams whistled for the foul. Under 8 to play here in the first. And Tennessee up on UK, 25-16.
Last winter, we took a Mitsubishi Outlander and Outlander Sport to a frozen proving ground to test their advanced all-wheel control systems like never before. 24 hours and 5 world records later, we'd made history. Hurry in for 0% APR for 60 months on the 2011 Outlander and Outlander Sport.
From the time that I was first diagnosed, I realized this. Okay, don't wallow in self-pity. You know, you're drowned. When life kicks you, let it kick you forward. I just hope I can give something back that will be lasting and that will make a small difference in some way.
Support the K-Yao Cancer Fund in partnership with the WBCA and the V Foundation. Donate at play4k.org.
The New York Football Giants have won the Super Bowl. Relive the thrills with Sports Illustrated and this must-have NFL Films DVD. Super Bowl 46, the New York Giants champions. Plus this hardcover book featuring SI's renowned writing and photography commemorating the Giants' amazing season. Go to SITVorder.com or call now to get all of this free with your paid subscription to SI. 56 issues for only $1.59 each. Save 65% off the cover price. Use your credit card and you'll also get this collectible football, display stand, and certificate of authenticity. Designed exclusively for SI, it shows scores from the Giants' entire championship season. Celebrate the Giants' unforgettable victory with the official Super Bowl DVD, the SI commemorative book, and the collectible football. This limited championship package is available only from Sports Illustrated. Go to SITVorder.com or call now.
A ubiquitous Pat Summitt here in Knoxville, and a 25-16 lead for Tennessee over Kentucky. Under 8 to go here in the first half, and Coach Summitt now in her 38th season. This one certainly like no other, with her announcing over the summer she is in the early stages of onset dementia that will lead to Alzheimer's. That news certainly cannot take away from the resume that she has put together and what she has built here in Knoxville year after year. They lead the nation in attendance, another crowd of 15,000 plus tonight. And of course the 8th national championship says it all. Bishop misses inside. Samari Walker going right at the rim.
13 second chance points for Kentucky.
Since the LSU loss last week, they've been working a lot on the offense, trying to get it going.
Well, Matthew Mitchell said their offense isn't where he wants it to be and not where it needs to be, but they give themselves extra opportunities on the offensive glass. They create offense from their defense. They find other ways to win ball games.
Mathis draws the foul on the drive.
Pushing in transition, and Nadia Mathis going to the other side. Sierra Burdick gets her with the body.
6 points so far in the first half. Of course, the career high 34 in the first meeting back on January 12th. And then the word was out on every scouting report around the Southeastern Conference. Let's get physical with her. Since that Tennessee game, she is only averaging 10 points per game and only shooting 31% from the floor. So trying to muscle her up has been the strategy that's been effective to a certain extent.
Well, and she is the offense for Kentucky. If you can contain Nadia Mathis, force other players on the floor to beat you consistently.
Best player on the best team. She's the front runner for Player of the Year honors, which would be the second time in a few years. Victoria Dunlap got it a couple years back for Kentucky. 15-footer won't go. Look at Vicky Ball going to work inside and one.
And exactly where Vicky Ball can make an impact. Not only posting up on the block, but terrific athletic ability, able to go and get offensive rebounds. A shot goes up off the mark. Look at the elevation and the strong finish. I'm telling you, Vicky Ball down the stretch is going to be really key for this team because she has the ability to change a ball game.
Fifth-year senior from Sacramento in grad school here at Tennessee. Ball gets her own miss and another stick back.
Vicky Ball, player who missed nearly 21 months of game action because of various injuries. A fifth-year senior, she understands what it takes. She's a veteran. She's been there. She's got to step up from a leadership standpoint.
She is the one link back to their last national championship in 2008. As a redshirt freshman that year. Down on the deck. Tennessee able to maintain. Megan Simmons blocking foul call, and Simmons back to the free throw line. It's going to be the first on Evans. Well, earlier this month, Miami got a win against Duke. Can they get one against North Carolina? Find out on Wednesday Night Hoops, presented by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Carolina and the Canes at 8 Eastern on ESPN, ESPN3, and the Watch ESPN app. Simmons, 73% on the season. She's got 7 here in the first half. Associate head coach Holly Warlick, who now runs things on the bench for Tennessee, has talked about how they need to be self-motivating, and it's got to come from the players. We've seen that here in the first half.
A sense of urgency, every possession, value the basketball each and every time down the floor. It's something that's been missing, and you can see that in the inconsistencies, not only game to game, but within a game.
Samari Walker has been aggressive to the rim here in the first half. 12 offensive rebounds for Kentucky tonight.
Awfully tough, inbounding over Vicky Ball.
6'4" on the inbounder. Kentucky turns it over, and that's simply a no Bria Goss, no Amber Smith turnover.
It sure is, and you've got to credit the Tennessee defense. They're doing a good job of keeping Kentucky out of their comfort zone, forcing them to execute offensively in the half court.
Goss and Smith out with 2 fouls for Kentucky. Lori Johnson sitting with 2 fouls for Tennessee. The second one was a technical foul and a questionable one that also counts as a personal. Good catch by Williams inside.
Good execution offensively. Tennessee's finding a way to get easy buckets.
Evans unable to dial that up from deep. They're now 1 for 10 from downtown. Simmons, you know she's not shy about pulling the trigger.
When Megan Simmons is on, she certainly is on. Pushing in transition, great look. Kamiko Williams gets good position down low, and Simmons in transition. You can tell she's feeling it, stop and pop. And the energy and emotion afterwards.
She has been playing to the crowd tonight, and a run that matches her jersey number right now for the Lady Vols. They've scored 10 straight. And it's not often that the rest of the SEC will cheer for Tennessee, but they are counting on the Lady Vols to get a win, to pull Kentucky back to the pack, and give a few other teams a chance at an SEC regular season title.
Well, Megan Simmons coming off of a terrific game against Vanderbilt with 20 points, already has 10 here tonight. She's a player who can get hot in a hurry, and she can carry that over as she shows that she's doing it right now. But I think where Tennessee's improved so much early in this ball game is defensively. They're doing a good job forcing Kentucky out of their comfort zone, but they've got to find a way to do a better job rebounding the basketball.
Kentucky has more turnovers than baskets here in the first half. They struggled against LSU in the first half of a loss last weekend, and the same thing happening tonight.
Half-court execution. You've got to make Kentucky play in the half court. They're going to come with the full court pressure, try to turn Tennessee over in the backcourt. This is where Shakina Strickland can be such a value of her team. Not only can she play the post, now she's got a post defender on her, she can play the point. She creates mismatch opportunities with her versatility.
Oh, a little magic to that move from Strickland.
Certainly looked like it, didn't it?
An ill-advised pass heading the other way. Simmons this time makes the right decision.
Well, we talked about maintaining a certain pace. If they give themselves enough cushion, they don't have to maintain that pace. You can just see a different intensity level in the Tennessee tonight. A different energy. Now, can you maintain that? Can you play with that consistently? That's the question that has plagued this team all season long.
They've made their last 6 shots. You know, they've got to be fired up. Strickland misses the three. And a little bit tired, I would think, of hearing from alums who are saying, hey, when are you guys going to crank it up? They've had a host of folks come in and chat with them and try and get them over the hump, because obviously the talent is here.
Absolutely. The talent and skill level has never been in question. It's the consistency, it's the desire, it's the fire. Do you have it all the time? That's been the question for this team.
Under 3.5 to go. It's been all Lady Vols here in the first. Strickland, nice flash. Second chance and a foul.
Shakina Strickland is getting it done in transition. Strong finish off of the feed. And the mismatch, nice run finish.
Hey, you.
Do you think chocolate's gonna make up for everything? Huh?
Oh, actually, it's hot chocolate with caramel.
Caramel, huh?
Nothing says I really love you like rich chocolate mixed with decadent caramel. New caramel hot chocolate from McCafe. Available for a limited time only.
Okay.
Happy belated anniversary, baby.
It was my birthday.
The simple joy of the sweetest thing.
I'm just playing.
For another sweet move, try caramel mocha.
Free hot breakfast with fresh waffles. Real value from your friends at Hampton.
Hello, Dave.
Oh, not again.
Dave, do you know where your wife went last week? She went to Jared to look at a beautiful diamond necklace.
I'm not going to the cleaners anymore, am I?
No, Dave, you're not. Right, too.
Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry, has 5 times the selection of ordinary jewelry stores, so you'll find the perfect gift every time.
How did you know?
Who knows you like I do?
That's why he went to Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry.
This new AT&T 4G LTE is fast.
Hey, did you guys hear?
Mary got engaged.
That's so 42 seconds ago.
Thanks for the flowers, guys.
You're welcome.
Ooh, are you guys signing up for the free massage?
So, 32 seconds ago.
Hey, guys, you hear? Frank's cat's sick.
Yeah, we heard. Do you want to sign the card?
Did you know the guys from China are in the office?
Stay a step ahead with the 4G LTE Galaxy S2 Skyrocket, only from AT&T.
Emily's just starting out and on a budget, like a ramen noodle every night budget. She thought Allstate car insurance was out of her reach until she heard about the value plan. Dollar per dollar, nobody protects you like Allstate.
Cindy Brunson in studio. Coming up on the halftime report, on the heels of West Virginia's big upset at #2 Notre Dame, have the Mountaineers solved the Irish? We'll discuss all that and more on the halftime report. Beth, Stephanie, back to you.
Well, thank you very much, Cindy. No, we're not too cool for school. It's our sunglasses at night. It's our 3D glasses at night for the first time. A women's basketball game in 3D here on ESPN. Beth Mullins along with Stephanie White, and it's been a whole new dimension that we've seen from Tennessee this evening.
Absolutely. The aggressor offensively. Normally Kentucky turning you over for scores. Tennessee 16 points off a turnover, doubling up Kentucky in the paint 20-10. They're executing offensively, but even more importantly, executing defensively as well.
Let's revisit the one-on-one tonight.
Points in the paint are going to be key. In the first meeting, Tennessee 20 turnovers for 20 points for Kentucky. And against Vanderbilt, gave up 52 points in the paint. And that's not Tennessee defense. When we were talking to the staff today, they spoke about they've got to get back to defending and rebounding consistently.
By the way, if you missed out on 3D tonight, it's not too late to check it out. On Saturday, the next ESPN 3D will be Ohio State and Michigan at 9 o'clock Eastern on Saturday night. Biggest lead of the evening for the Lady Vols, shooting 64% while holding Kentucky to just 27%. Snowden fouled on the shot.
And not a good foul. A contested jump shot. You want to force them to knock down those shots.
Well, Strickland certainly has had a good game. I think Megan Simmons, though, has been a little bit of the heart and soul tonight. She was unavailable pretty much in the first meeting. She was just 1 of 6 in the first half in the loss to Kentucky a month ago, but a whole different story tonight. She's got 10 points. She's blocking shots on the defensive end
and giving the team energy on every possession.
That's the other thing, too, for Kentucky. When they're not making shots, they can't press and turn you over even more. Without Bria Goss and Amber Smith for most of this first half, and Simmons drills another triple. She's got a dozen now on the night. Walker, that shot won't go. Back to the Lady Vols.
And Kentucky's got to find a way to generate some offense. They're getting some looks inside, not able to convert early on, converting off of offensive rebounds. But right now, they've got to pick it up, try to turn Tennessee over, and get a little bit of momentum offensively.
Simmons. Kamiko Williams offensive board. Didn't get the box out on the backside.
Kamiko Williams coming back from an ACL injury, surgery end of July, already back on the floor. Again, one of those pieces, Kamiko Williams, Tabor Spaney, both injuries that have forced them to miss a lot of games, and now trying to finally get back into flow. We talked about peaking at the right time.
Williams with the block shot there. Simmons, nice feed down low. With Vicky Baugh getting after it to keep it alive.
Hustle plays.
And then the turnover. And Mathis with the easy one. She's got 8 here in the first half.
That long cross-court pass. When you're playing against a team that likes to get in the passing lanes, you got to shorten that.
Strickland. Ricochets around to Henderson. Coming up on a minute to go here in the first half. And the foul going to be called on Williams. Giving Kentucky a chance to get some easy ones here late. Second foul on Williams. 45 points for Tennessee. They've already got more points in the first half than they scored in the entire game against Notre Dame on January 23rd.
Well, this is a Tennessee team that's playing with a sense of purpose. They're playing with energy. They're playing each possession as if they value each possession, and that's what they've got to do.
On the shot clock. Fight for the loose ball. And they're going to get a foul called on the Tennessee player trying to reach in, Megan Simmons. That will be her first. And that will put Kentucky back on the free throw line.
Well, Kentucky has to take advantage of opportunities to score when they get them. And at the free throw line, a perfect opportunity. Make a couple free throws, set your pressure, maybe try to turn them over and get a quick momentum burst as you go into half.
Smith back into the game late here with a couple of fouls. Misses the front end. And a takeaway, Conright. And she's fouled by Vicky Baugh. That's Baugh's first.
Well, Kentucky again they have to be able to take advantage when they get a chance to score. They know they can score quickly. If you can turn them over quickly, get a couple of buckets, they're never out of a ball game because of the way that they defend.
Kentucky now 6 of 10 at the line in the first half. They are going to be staring at the biggest halftime deficit that they have faced this year. Foul's going to be called on Conroy. And some free throws down the other way for Brianna Bass. Coming up at halftime, we'll be talking about the second game of the doubleheader, UConn and Oklahoma, and a look back, I'm sure, at the week that was, and a ton of upsets. 15 of the top 25 lost last week. 8 of them were upsets, including the big shocker on Sunday, West Virginia winning at Notre Dame.
It's that time of the year. Execution, hustle plays down the stretch. You're playing teams for the second time. You know each other inside and out.
Shot clock off for the Cats. Going to be looking for Mathis. Here she is with the catch. Mathis uses the nice screen from Ali and knocks it down. Well executed by Kentucky late. And a rough shooting first half, but not for Megan Simmons. A big turnaround from the first meeting. And she's helped Tennessee out to the 46-28 halftime lead. Now let's send it back to Cindy Brunson for the halftime report.
Beth, thanks so much. With that, we welcome you inside the women's college basketball studios alongside the coach from the 1999 championship Purdue Boilermakers, Carolyn Peck, and the Olympic gold medalist, Kara Lawson. I am Cindy Brunson. So glad to have you along the way. Folks in Tennessee very happy about this halftime score, an 18-point advantage for the Lady Vols. This team 10 up and 2 down at home this season, Carolyn. What was the difference for Pat Summitt's crew out of the gate?
They got their motor running, and I think a lot of that started with the energy from Shekinna Strickland and Glory Johnson. Those are the two players that get this Lady Vol team fired up. Glory Johnson running in transition, and you watch Shekinna Strickland help Tennessee to break the press. But it's this play here. I think that's a bad call. Glory Johnson was trying to save possession. She got a technical foul. It could have gone the other direction. Kentucky went on a 10-3 run, but no, the Lady Vols bounced back. Megan Simmons got the hot hand. Is that a heat check? Oh, yeah. And that really got a lot of energy going. And this excitement, this is a Lady Vol team that needs to play game in and game out that would have any potential of getting to Denver.
It was a beatdown. I mean, it was a beatdown in the first half. Kentucky, the team that's leading the SEC. And for Tennessee, not only were they good offensively, as Carolyn mentioned, they were also better defensively. And they've been average on the defensive end by and large most of this year. They sat in that 2-3 zone, but they were very active and consistent in terms of contesting what Kentucky was trying to do on the offensive end and their jump shots, and then also getting over their screens. We saw a little bit towards the end of that Kentucky first half, them getting their defense going, creating turnovers, and that's what Kentucky needs to do more of. If they want to get back in this game, this is their identity. They're a team that likes to turn you over, that wants to get easy baskets in transition. So they're going to have to turn up things on the defensive end if they want to get back into this game, because Tennessee has been dominant on both ends of the floor. Kentucky's got to bring more effort on that defensive end.
What is being said in this Wildcats locker room right now, their largest disadvantage at the half in SEC play this season, 4 points.
Well, if I'm Matthew Mitchell, I'm very disappointed, because here's an opportunity for your team to put a knockout punch on Tennessee and win the SEC and kind of assert yourself as a dominant program, and you come out with an effort like this in the first half. I'm sure he's very disappointed, and he's going to challenge their intensity at halftime.
Well, I think it's the second row of the defense, because what Tennessee's able to do is they're able to get the ball in the middle of the floor. That's the main part that you're supposed to cover in a press. That slows Tennessee down, and so far Kentucky hasn't done that.
We will see if things change in half number 2. We saw a big change. wow, did we, in South Bend as West Virginia comes through with its biggest win in program history. We'll dissect and discuss after this.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. Have you seen this? This is the best bike we have. Top spec gears, super light frame.
I love it.
Right now, you can have it for free.
Shut up.
Free? Yeah.
Imagine if you could get the best for free.
This is mine.
No.
Shut up.
I can't just give away my best stuff for free.
At H&R Block, we're serious. We believe you deserve the best tax preparation available for free. So for a limited time, we'll prepare simple federal tax returns for free at one of our 10,000 offices. Call 1-800-HR-BLOCK.
Golden Corral just brought new deliciousness to the amazing chocolate wonderfall, and people are talking.
Golden Corral just made something perfect.
Even better.
One word.
S'mores. I dipped the cherry macaroon in the chocolate wonderfall, made my year.
A heart-shaped cookie dipped in chocolate. What else can I say?
I absolutely love the little strawberries.
Only Golden Corral could make something this indulgently delicious even better. Too good to be true? Not this time. Be sure to join us Tuesday, February 14th for Valentine's Day.
If you're one of those folks that gets heartburn and then treats day after day, well, that's like checking on your burgers after they're burned.
Treat your frequent heartburn by blocking the acid with Prilosec OTC.
And don't get heartburn in the first place.
1 pill a day, 24 hours, 0 heartburn.
That leaky roof will cost you thousands in repairs, and gushing gutters can destroy your home's foundation. Phil Swift here for Flex Seal, the easy way to coat, seal, and stop leaks fast. Flex Seal fills cracks and holes, stopping the toughest leaks, remaining completely flexible. Flex Seal is actually liquid rubber in a can. To show you the amazing sealing power of Flex Seal, we replaced the bottom of this boat with a screen door and covered it in Flex Seal. After a day on the water, the inside is completely dry. Don't call a repairman. That'll cost you thousands of dollars. You can get Flex Seal right now for just $19.99. Flex Seal is perfect for roof repair and basement leaks and so much more. But wait, we're going to double your order. That's twice the sealing power for only $19.99. Just pay processing. Call now.
To order Flex Seal, call 1-800-431-0145 or order online at getflexseal.com.
Recapping the weekend headlines in women's college basketball. Number 5 Duke bounced Florida State. The Blue Devils staying perfect in ACC play. Haley Peters leading the cause with 18 points. Number 1 Baylor demolishes defending NCAA champion Texas A&M. The Lady Bears are a perfect 25-0 and are the only undefeated left in women's or men's Division I play. And the stunner of the weekend, perhaps the season, number 2 Notre Dame upset at home by West Virginia. The Fighting Irish's 21-game win streak is no more. Mountaineers probably still celebrating the program's biggest win against the highest-ranked team in school history. And we were here on set yesterday just absolutely blown away by what the Mountaineers were able to do. Carolyn, as you look back and have had a chance to digest, what was the key to the Mountaineers' victory?
They didn't allow Notre Dame to run, and they did that by controlling the boards. It was West Virginia's pressure defense that allowed Notre Dame to have to take shots, tough shots, contested shots, and I've got to believe the emphasis by Mike Carey was you all have a responsibility to find somebody and check out. It's not good enough just to play defense. When the shot goes up, you got to headhunt. You see the 2 West Virginia players put a body on somebody, a third comes in and rides them out. That's how you finish a defense. That's how you get control of the ball and not allow Notre Dame to get their transition offense going.
Well, Kara, it looked like this Notre Dame team was ready to pencil itself in to the Final Four in Denver. We've been talking about this all season long. Did the Mountaineers provide a blueprint on how to beat this team?
I'm not sure they provide a blueprint. I mean, Notre Dame to me is still the most exciting offensive team in the country to watch. But I like what West Virginia did in that they forced Skylar Diggins and they forced Natalie Novosel to kind of play in the box. And let's look at what they did defensively. And this is a lot of stuff that Notre Dame runs. It's a high post pass. It's going to be splits action. and they read. Notre Dame reads. Mallory's going to try and backdoor cut here. Look at Bussey. Look at her positioning. She sloughed off of Peters at the elbow, so she negates that backdoor cut and makes Notre Dame continue to play on one side of the floor, force them to be decision makers and make pinpoint passes, and they weren't able to do that in the half court yesterday. Another staple of Notre Dame offensively. Skylar Diggins in a side pick and roll. West Virginia perimeter defenders, they sat on Skylar Diggins' left hand. They forced her right. Look at the post player again. A little ice action on that side pick and roll, not letting the Notre Dame perimeter players to get across the board. So they forced them to play in the box. They really sat on Skylar Diggins' left hand, and they did a tremendous job. And I agree with what Carolyn said. Notre Dame was incredibly efficient when they pushed the basketball and passed ahead. When Notre Dame was in the half court, West Virginia solved their half court offense and was able to get stops.
And of course, that Notre Dame loss makes its upcoming game against Connecticut oh so much more interesting. Speaking of the Huskies, number 3 in the land, second half of our doubleheader, taking on Oklahoma, 9 Eastern on ESPN2 and ESPN3. Huskies a perfect 9-0 all time against the Sooners coming into this one. Megan Simmons has a dozen. Her Lady Vols continue to create separation, up 18 at the break. More from the halftime report after this.
All over the world, cities are learning from other cities. Smarter technologies cut response times in Madrid, while monitoring water systems in Washington, D.C. Built off analytics that predict traffic in Singapore and help prepare for flooding emergencies in Rio. With 2,000 projects underway, IBM is helping make cities smarter. I'm an IBMer. Let's build a smarter planet, city by city.
Energizer Ultimate Lithium lasts up to 8 times longer versus Energizer Max, which means up to 8 times less waste. Energizer Ultimate Lithium. Now that's positive energy.
Hey there.
Hey, yourself. Brad needs car insurance, but Brad doesn't want to spend too much.
Who's Brad?
This is Brad.
Oh, well, Progressive has lots of discounts for a guy like Brad.
Brad's intrigued.
Paid in full, safe driver, multi-car, going paperless, all can help Brad save a bunch.
Sign Brad up.
Cool. Jamie will ring you up.
Show Brad the way. Who's Brad?
Oh, here we go again.
Discounts that everyone can use. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
Dave, I've downloaded a virus. Dave, where are we on the new laptop? That's so slow. I'm calling Dave. I need a new IT guy.
In a small business, technology is all you. Staples Easy Tech experts are here to help.
You must be Dave.
With everything from new computers to setups to tune-ups. Staples, that was easy.
Linens and duvet washed fresh for every guest. Real value from your friends at Hampton.
你愿意嫁给我吗 ¿Te quieres casar conmigo?
Will you marry me?
Before saying those words, there's one word every man should know.
Leo. Leo.
Leo.
The Leo Diamond at K Jewelers. A fire, sparkle, and brilliance so intense it is the first diamond ever certified to be visibly brighter. One more reason K is the #1 jewelry store in America.
当然, sí.
Yes. Every kiss begins with K.
Welcome back to the Halftime Report. We are asking you to help the cause if you can. Play for K, benefiting the K Yao Cancer Fund in partnership with the WBCA and the V Foundation. Online, it's www.play4k.org. Play for K, part of Rivalry Week. The injury bug takes a huge bite out of the Kansas lineup. During yesterday's loss to Kansas State, the Jayhawks' Carolyn Davis dislocated her left knee, tore an ACL as well. Kansas's leading scorer, averaging 17.5 points per. Her season is over. Right now, over on ESPN and ESPN3, Rivalry Week for the men. Number 18, Louisville, trying to beat second-ranked Syracuse for an 8th straight time. So far, so good. Cardinals up 2 at the break. Second half just underway. Well, it is Shakina Strickland doing some work. She's got 12 points for the Lady Vols as they try to bounce Kentucky for the first time this season.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Celebrating Your Story, a Verizon initiative, and McDonald's. I'm loving it. Colors, same edge. Droid Razor by Motorola. Buy one for $199.99, get another one free. And back for a limited time. Get twice the data for the same low price. Verizon.
Go ahead, show us how you really feel about the new Chicken McBites from McDonald's. With juicy, bite-sized premium chicken breast and perfectly seasoned with savory goodness. Better get some all-new Chicken McBites before they're all gone. The simple joy of expressive flavor.
Free hot breakfast with fresh waffles. Real value from your friends at Hampton.
You decided which vehicle you want to go with today?
Yeah, that's my confidence. It's been coming out of me ever since I went on Cars.com. Compared gas mileage using their side-by-side comparison tool, and this one will be great.
Are your credit cards maxed out? Just making minimum payments or even behind on your bills? Call us now. Freedom Debt Relief's mission is to help you get rid of your credit card debt. Reducing America's credit card debt is vital for our economy. Now, there's a program to help you. We offer the successful alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, or taking on new loans.
I had over $25,000 in credit card debt. Then I called Freedom Debt Relief and got my debt cut in half. I resolved my debt in about 24 months.
At the end of my divorce, I had $17,000 in credit card debt. Then I called Freedom Debt Relief. They were able to settle all 7 of my credit card bills with one low monthly program payment.
This program has saved our clients over $100 million. Before you make your next credit card payment, talk to us. This is a unique program that will get you relief and on your way to resolving your debt. Make the most important call of your life today.
Call Freedom Debt Relief now at 1-800-220-5808. That's 1-800-220-5808. 1-800-220-5808.
This game is streaming live on your computer, tablet, or smartphone via WatchESPN.com and the Watch ESPN app.
Yeah, the Lady Vols were pretty hot in that first half, shooting 60% from the floor and putting up 46 points. As you watch the SEC on ESPN. It's Big Monday, presented by Bud Light, and our Play for K game here at Thompson Bowling Arena, Kentucky, trying to win for the first time in this building. They got an awful lot of work to do to get that. Beth Mowins, along with Purdue national champion Stephanie White, and the transition game was a big surprise in Tennessee's favor in that first half.
It sure was. Typically, you think about Kentucky in transition, but Tennessee did a terrific job of exploiting Kentucky early in transition, pushing it ahead, playing with the pass, creating offense from defense. 16 points off of turnovers, 11 of those in fast break opportunities. Early on, Tennessee the aggressor on both ends of the floor.
And Tennessee did it without Glory Johnson, who only played 4 minutes with a couple of fouls. Bria Goss only played 2 minutes for Kentucky with a couple of fouls.
Well, in Kentucky, right away, first 5 minutes, they've got to find a way to generate offense. Adia Mathis, 4 of 8 from the floor. Everyone else, 6 of 25. Somebody's got to step up.
They struggled to get it into the paint against the 2-3 zone in the first half. Shot clock winding down. Nobody sees it. Now Smith has to hoist it up. Oh, what a play by Mathis to grab the shot and put it up and in. she's got a dozen, has been the only bright spot offensively.
Great understanding. And this is how Kentucky can get back in it quickly, create some offense from their defense early.
Missed the layup after the steal. Mathis shakes her head, knew she should have had that one down. Here's Glory Johnson going off the bounce and draws the foul on Samari Walker.
Adia Mathis knows the shot clock's winding down. She gets it off in a hurry. Great athletic play.
That foul was the first on Walker. They had as many turnovers as baskets in the first half, and the rest of the team falling short, just 6 of 25 from the floor.
Well, the challenge for Kentucky is going to be to find some offense in the half court. Down the stretch, when you're playing teams for the second time, as you head into conference tournaments, teams know your strengths and weaknesses. They're going to try to exploit those weaknesses, and Kentucky's got to find a way to generate offense.
Tennessee tried to throw the haymaker in the first half on a Kentucky team that starts out the night 2 games in front of Tennessee in the standings with 5 or 6 games left to play. And now the Cats have to prove that they would be worthy champions. They're going to have to fight for it. And show what they're made of here in the second half. Evans gets it back from Walker. Spaney on the run with contact, draws the foul, and that's the second on Walker. Now the story for the Lady Vols in the first 20 minutes was a good one. 60% shooting. Simmons and Strickland 24 points.
And I think the key for Tennessee was the energy that they played with on both ends of the floor. They were good offensively, but they were equally as good defensively. And the challenge for them, can you maintain it for a 40-minute game?
You almost wonder, don't you, Stephanie, about when do they reach their breaking point? Okay, we've heard enough about the seniors never getting to the Final Four. Every day we hear about Coach Summit and what she's going through and what this program is going through right now. And one of these days we're just going to be able to play ball.
Well, and you have to think it takes a mental and emotional toll on these players. There's so many different dynamics going on in their mind right now, and at some point you have to just get rid of that pressure and go out and play.
Flirting with another shot clock violation, and Bria Goss with the runner.
And Kentucky missed her offense in the first half. A double-digit score, an aggressive player who plays composed as a young player and also gives it up for him defensively as well.
One of the top contenders, probably along with this ball handler right here, Massengale, for Freshman of the Year honors in the SEC, if not the nation. We'll see another one in our second game. Lena Mosqueda-Lewis for the UConn Huskies. Elizabeth Williams is a good one at Duke.
The National Freshman of the Year race will be an interesting one to watch down the stretch.
UConn's at Oklahoma in the second game of our doubleheader tonight. Kentucky gives it away.
Nice execution in the half court. The ball goes from one side of the floor to the other. Nice extra pass. Great unselfish play. And Tabor Spaney knocking it down. And Tennessee really missed her on the floor. She missed those 9 games with a bone bruise. She gives them so much offensively. She does the little things defensively.
Well, what do you notice from your playing days? Just how a good shooter can open up the floor for everybody else, and that's what Spaney can do.
No question. Great look on the mismatch. Yeah. Right away, you knew Tennessee. We haven't seen them have to execute very often in the half court in this ball game. Right away, they know the mismatch is there and go to it.
We are seeing a lot more 4-guard lineups. We'll see one tonight for Connecticut in the second game. And this could be a problem for a team like Kentucky when they face size. How do they handle it defensively?
Well, and Kentucky has been able to use their quickness to their advantage, and they've got to continue to do just that and attack the paint. When you score, you can set that pressure.
Strickland got bumped or may have lost a contact. She got some blood on her jersey. Let's check out Simmons on the inbounds here.
Nice execution on the inbounds play, and we saw Kentucky going over that defensively at shoot-around today, and Simmons able to get it off, coming off of that screen. She's still hot.
Yeah, she hasn't cooled off at all after that first half.
She has not.
You can see she had a little something extra right out of the gate tonight. Only 1 of 6 shooting in the first half, and the loss to Kentucky in January coming up big here tonight. Spaney pull up. Strickland. Nobody around her for 2.
Tennessee is just out executing Kentucky offensively, defensively.
Mathis. Rory Johnson with the rebound. Tennessee's going to have numbers. Rory Johnson. Strickland wide open right on the SEC label.
What I like about that possession, it's in transition, but there's 3 passes in transition. Not trying to dribble through, pass it up the floor, find your open teammates. You don't allow Kentucky to get set defensively when you can pass the ball around the floor.
Tennessee continues to roll here early in the second half in Knoxville.
First and second round coverage of the Masters coming in April on ESPN.
Love your Pandora bracelet.
Oh, thanks. You went to Jared. The ballet slippers? I used to dance. Oh. Suitcase? Anniversary trip, hearts. It's called the Red Hot Love Bead. Oh, I've said too much.
Celebrate life's unforgettable moments with a fabulous selection of Pandora charms and bracelets at Jared, telling her life story with just a turn of the wrist.
Soccer ball? Soccer mom.
That's why he went to Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry.
If you're one of those folks that gets heartburn and then treats day after day, well, that's like checking on your burgers after they're burned.
Treat your frequent heartburn by blocking the acid with Prilosec OTC.
And don't get heartburn in the first place.
1 pill a day, 24 hours, 0 heartburn.
Uh-oh. Should we be letting him PLAY with our TABLET?
I think it's fine. It's the new element from AT&T. So it's WATER proof.
Cool. What else does it DO?
It's fast. It's 4G LTE.
What's LTE spell?
Nothing. WHY.
Okay, can we stop spell talking now?
Okay. AY.
Buy a waterproof Pantech Element for $249.99 and get a 4G burst smartphone free. Only from AT&T.
One of the best things about State Farm is our accessibility.
Oh, yeah?
You can call us 24/7, get quotes online, start a claim with our smartphone app. You name it, we're here, anytime, anywhere, any way you want it.
That's the way I need it.
Any way you want it.
All night?
All night.
Every night?
Any way you want it.
That's the way I need it. We just had ourselves a little journey moment there.
Yep.
Saw him in 83 in Fresno. Place was crawling with chicks. I gotta go.
Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it.
55-36, Tennessee with the lead over Kentucky, and Stephanie White now going to take us inside the play.
Well, Tennessee has been effective in their transition, but they understand their court awareness. If we freeze it right here, watch Shakina Strickland crash the offensive glass, and take a look at all the Kentucky defenders. Where is their head? Eyes on the ball. Nobody sees the weak side. Strickland in that trail position just crashes the offensive glass, is able to finish it strong.
Strickland leading the way with 16 points. Simmons has 14. It has been all Tennessee tonight. A win here would get them within 1 of first place Kentucky. And then the rest of the league would have to hope for some help, but the rest of the schedule looks pretty good. Cats will have some tests still to come. They've got Vandy and South Carolina left to play. You kind of got the feeling, too, that despite the problems on the court and all the issues off the court, that the championship in the Southeastern Conference was still going to come through Tennessee. In 18 of the last 20 years, they have won either a regular season or tournament title. And often, including the last 2 years, they swept both.
Well, and the question surrounding this Tennessee team is that pride. It's that playing for the jersey, understanding what you're playing for on a day-to-day basis.
Traveling violation called on Kentucky. Super Tuesday means we've got a college basketball doubleheader for you. We'll start out with Florida, Alabama at 7, then Ohio State, Minnesota at 9. Super Tuesday presented by KFC on ESPN, ESPN3, and the Watch ESPN app. And Tennessee has to call a timeout, couldn't inbound it. 5 minutes gone in the second half. The Lady Vols in charge.
Linens and duvet washed fresh for every guest. Real value from your friends at Hampton.
Look at all this. Where do we start?
Unpack this one first. It doesn't matter where we are. When I'm here, I'm home.
Surround her with the strength of your love. Give her diamonds in a design that captures the comfort found in each other's arms. The Love's Embrace collection. One more reason K is the #1 jewelry store in America.
There's no place like home.
Every kiss begins with K.
Would you like her to rephrase the question?
I'm not going to be the person I'm expected to be anymore.
Bien expected. Bleu de Chanel.
At Chanel.com.
Energizer Ultimate Lithium. Lasts up to 8 times longer versus Energizer Max, which means up to 8 times less waste. Energizer Ultimate Lithium. Now that's positive energy.
February's on. Any regular footlong is a $5 footlong all day long. Subway, eat fresh.
Join the celebration. It's Subway Footlong Nation Appreciation. We're giving away a prize a minute plus free footlongs for life. Grab a 30-ounce drink or Doritos chips for your chance to win big. Subway, where winners eat.
Cancer is a really tough disease. It's certainly the toughest opponent I've ever faced. I think that people have to really make up their minds to persevere.
Our Play for K game here at Thompson Bowling Arena. And you can join the WBCA and the V Foundation in the fight against cancer. Log on to playfork.org to make your donation. Established back in 2007 after legendary coach Kay Yao, and still felt today. Deidre Charles Furlow, one of the assistants for Tennessee, is a breast cancer survivor and a former player here for Pat Summitt, a pivotal member of their 1991 national championship team, her senior season. I think what a lot of folks often forget about Pat Summitt is she had to go to the Final Four 7 times before she finally won that first title. And of course has now won 8 national championships.
And built this program from the ground up. into the powerhouse that it is today.
Very good friend over the years with Kei Yao. Both of them were U.S. Olympic coaches. Kei Yao winning a gold medal with the United States in Seoul in 1988. And even talking with Kentucky coach Matthew Mitchell earlier, he recalled finally how Coach Yao was always so good with the younger coaches, always encouraging the younger coaches to be not only a good coach, but a good teacher and a good member of the community. Always was able to take time, even with the folks that were just starting out in the business.
Well, and understanding the importance of continuing to transform our game. And Kei Yao certainly a mentor to every young coach.
Megan Simmons and Tabor Spaney here, or excuse me, Shekinna Strickland here tonight for Tennessee. As Massengale knocks in the three, and a pretty impressive defensive effort as well. Kentucky just has found no rhythm offensively.
Well, Kentucky has not been able to play to their strengths. They haven't been able to turn Tennessee over for scores. They haven't been able to maintain a transition ball game. Tennessee's forced them to play in the half court.
Charge called on Samari Walker. That's her third.
Well, Tennessee has been the aggressor. They're able to penetrate the lanes. Tabor Spaney, penetrate, kick. Massengale knocking it down for three. If she can consistently make that shot, I mean, she's a player we know she can facilitate. She can run this team. Now, if she can get to that double-digit scoring, be another weapon, and have her own triple threat arsenal.
She is that true point guard. They would like to see her shoot some more. Johnson from Strickland, like a knife through butter.
Tennessee has been very good at picking and choosing opportunities to push in transition, but they've done it with passing it up the floor, easy buckets.
Biggest lead of the night, and Lady Vols will look to build on it. They were awfully good for 20 minutes and now working on 30 minutes. Lady Vol fans would love to see that stretch into 2 or 3 weeks.
Absolutely.
And into the NCAA tournament. It has been up and down all year, and it's way up tonight. Simmons with 16.
And it's way up on both ends of the floor. They know the game plan. They're executing the game plan on both ends. It's critical at this point in the year to keep teams out of their comfort zone, and Tennessee has done a good job of that tonight.
Marshall calling for the screen from Conrad. Offensive rebound, tipped around, and a foul on the floor.
Megan Simmons penetrating the baseline. Nice finish, the floater. That's a tough shot. And Shekinna Strickland has been getting it done, not only scoring it, but finding her open teammates. The seniors playing with a sense of urgency.
We'll force another turnover. Simmons with Strickland.
Nice.
Johnson.
Why didn't she just dunk it? She was right there.
Like to see her try, that's for sure.
They're ripping it off the rim. Corey Johnson's just loving being able to be on the floor in the second half.
Triple from Goss. Well, whether it's for Coach Summit or for Coach Yao, they are playing inspired basketball tonight, or perhaps it's just for each other.
And I think it's key for Tennessee, as you alluded to earlier, to play basketball. There's so much going on mentally, emotionally for this team, and to put that all aside and just play.
Injured player for Kentucky is their fab freshman, Bria Goss, going to try and jog it off. There's been a whole lot of Tennessee here tonight. The latest edition, Strickland, for 2 more.
If no one ever challenged the status quo, the Earth would still be flat. Rock would have no role. For decades, Infiniti has challenged what a luxury car should be. We built the world's first high-performance hybrid to achieve 32 mpg, the first around view monitor. We believe a luxury car should connect you to the road. It should move you emotionally and inspire. Infiniti, inspired performance.
Hey there.
Hey, yourself. Brad needs car insurance, but Brad doesn't want to spend too much.
Who's Brad?
This is Brad.
Ah, well, Progressive has lots of discounts for a guy like Brad.
Brad's intrigued.
Paid in full, safe driver, multi-car, going paperless, all can help Brad save a bunch.
Sign Brad up.
Cool. Jamie will ring you up.
Show Brad the way.
Who's Brad?
Oh, here we go again.
Discounts that everyone can use. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
The New York Football Giants have won the Super Bowl. Relive the thrills with Sports Illustrated and this must-have NFL Films DVD. Super Bowl 46, the New York Giants champions. Plus this hardcover book featuring SI's renowned writing and photography commemorating the Giants' amazing season. Go to SITVorder.com or call now to get all of this free with your paid subscription to SI. 56 issues for only $1.59 each. Save 65% off the cover price. Use your credit card and you'll also get this collectible football, display stand, and certificate of authenticity. Designed exclusively for SI, it shows scores from the Giants' entire championship season. Celebrate the Giants' unforgettable victory with the official Super Bowl DVD, the SI commemorative book, and the collectible football. This limited championship package is available only from Sports Illustrated. Go to SITVorder.com or call now.
In studio with this update, I'm Cindy Brunson. Right now on ESPN, it's number 18 Louisville taking on second-ranked Syracuse. Fab Melo with the finish there. And right now, we've got a ball game, and we are awaiting Connecticut, ranked 3rd in the land, taking on Oklahoma. Second half of our doubleheader. Tiffany Hayes and company looking to bounce the Sooners for a 10th straight time. Beth, Stephanie, back to you.
Thank you, Cindy. A whole lot of orange on the networks right now between Syracuse and Tennessee. We got a whole lot of pink, too, here in our Play for K game. And how about the seeding for the NCAA tournament coming up sooner than we think? And here's what we think it might look like at this point, according to Charlie Cream.
Well, and if there's a falter anywhere, you've got a couple of teams right here, especially when you look at Duke and their strength of schedule, their RPI, have an opportunity to maybe slide in to a #1. And the Notre Dame-Connecticut game could be key.
They will play at least once more, and then possibly in the Big East tournament. Of course, Notre Dame losing yesterday to West Virginia is a shot up to try and beat the shot clock buzzer. Tennessee, and Simmons called for the walk. I think it'll be interesting to see, will there be any punishment for Notre Dame and UConn just by losing to each other if they play once or twice more, and whether or not Duke can win out and jump somebody.
Well, I think that's tough. You know, at one point we were looking at those 4 teams losing just to each other, and West Virginia with the huge victory at Notre Dame, and now with those teams playing each other, I mean, they have consistently been 2 of the top teams in the country all season long.
And of course, Duke didn't help themselves with the head-to-head against either of those squads, but Stanford perhaps could come back into play. Spaney. I'm not sure you think anybody's got a shot at Baylor the rest of the regular season. It looks good for them to go undefeated into the postseason.
It sure does. I think if anybody gets into Baylor, it's Baylor themselves, because they are very dominant. Brittany Griner down low. Odyssey Sims is playing terrific basketball, and they have the pieces around them, the players that just play their role. They don't try to play outside themselves, and they've dominated thus far.
Simmons. Tennessee will keep it. On Thursday, they gave up 93 points to Vanderbilt in a loss, did Tennessee. They flipped the numbers here tonight and have obviously been working on defense since that Vandy loss. And the offensive execution's been dynamite as well.
Sometimes you get to those points in the seasons where you just have to go back to the drawing board, go back to what you're all about as a team. And for Tennessee, it's defense and rebounding, and they've gone back to the basics.
Third personal foul on Bishop. Ten and a half minutes here, if for nothing else, for Kentucky to set the tone for the final couple weeks of the season. They're getting hit pretty hard tonight. How will they respond? Simmons hits him again.
You know, it's a different mentality when you're playing from the front. Kentucky hasn't been there very often. And you get sometimes into that playing not to lose instead of playing to win. And they're at the point in the season where they've got to go back to what their strengths are and find a way to get over this little hump mentally. You see the steal and unable to convert. And Vicky Ball with the outlet and pushing. Tennessee's been getting some good looks in transition, and Megan Simmons still hot. Just in case you wondered if she cooled down a little
What's
bit.
the temperature right now, do you think, of Simmons? She's 3 of 5 beyond the arc, 7 of 12 total. So the last 3 games, Megan Simmons has taken it upon herself to take some better shots and make some more of those better shots.
Well, in last season, Simmons had to play the point guard, so she was playing out of position. This season, trying to find her way from a comfort zone standpoint in this offensive system, where to get her shots, when to be able to facilitate from that wing position, and really learning to play in the backcourt with Massengale. And it's a great time of the year for her to find her rhythm offensively.
Gosh, all those points in the second half because she only played 2 minutes with the foul trouble in the first half. That certainly did not help Kentucky with the offensive woes. Simmons. We knew she could shoot. She's rebounded tonight. She's defending tonight. Injured player down for Kentucky. It looks like Mathis.
The first one doesn't go for Simmons. Glory Johnson able to keep it alive. Right place, right time, and Simmons able to finish. You see Mathis.
Forearm from Johnson, inadvertent. Mathis getting some attention. Three-time SEC Player of the Week. Getting knocked around a little bit more since the first matchup with Tennessee when she scored a career-high 34 points. And certainly in that first half, Stephanie, we saw a team that if you can contain Adia and make somebody else beat you, they might not be able to beat you.
Well, no question. Adia Mathis has had to put this team on her shoulders multiple times, and Matthew Mitchell spoke to us about how they needed to take a little pressure off of her and get somebody else to step up. And one of those players is Bria Goss, was in foul trouble in the first half. And I think that's the challenge for Kentucky, is if they have to play a half-court game, who else can step up and give them looks offensively? Who else can step up and produce points offensively?
Well, I think the officials here have to go to a monitor to see if there was a flying elbow involved. And we will refer back to the first half, and Glory Johnson was already called for a technical foul. The officials thought she was throwing it at a Kentucky player when it certainly looked on replay that her intent was to throw it off of the Kentucky player out of bounds.
Yes. Well, and we know as guards, sometimes you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time when those post players go for rebounds.
Yeah.
Incidental contact, no question about it.
You know, 2 or 3 rebounds a night was plenty for me. I didn't need to go down there for any more. Beth Mullins, along with Stephanie White, a member of one of the top NCAA tournament tandems of all time, you and Yukari Figs, who actually is working with the Kentucky Wildcats now.
Part of that Kentucky staff. One of the few non-Tennessee members of the Kentucky staff.
Most of that sideline has Kentucky or Tennessee connections, including assistants Kyra Elzy and Shalon Pillow, who played for Pat Summitt. Matt Insel, the other assistant, was a student here, and Johnson going to be called for the offensive foul. Third on Johnson. That's got Pat up. That's got Holly Worley. That even got Mickey DeMoss up off the bench.
Glory Johnson has not been able to get into a rhythm with the foul trouble early in the first half. But I like how aggressive she is with the basketball. I mean, she's a player who not only can score down low, but she's great off the dribble from that high post position.
Put your WNBA cap on for a minute, Stephanie, and talk about Glory Johnson. I mean, athletically, she's going to be big coming out this year.
No question. Her athleticism, her skill set has continued to improve each year. She plays hard on every possession. She's a player who's got tremendous potential at the next level.
Not wearing the shoulder apparatus that we often see on Glory Johnson is Simmons. Yeah. She got the fever tonight.
She
Not
sure
just
does. And as frustrated as the Tennessee staff was with this team after that loss at Vanderbilt, I think they have to be equally as impressed with the way that they've bounced back and the consistency that they've played with and the energy that they've played with on both ends of the floor. You know, you can only tell players so many times the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
At some point, they've got to take ownership of that.
And the fever has broken tonight for Megan Simmons, a career-high 23 points this evening. Or a season high, excuse me, the best output for her this year. Vicky Ball.
Vicky Ball, per minute on the floor, has got to be one of the more efficient players in the country. She just makes things happen.
Amber Smith going to dial it up. Samari Walker with a rebound. Shot blocked by Kamiko Williams. Another good defensive play. Brianna Bass on the run. And she's going to be called for the walk. Matthew Mitchell, it's been a rough return to Knoxville. 7:07 still to go.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by Bud Light. It's the sure sign of a good time. Here we go. And in part by Infinity. Luxury cars that deliver inspired performance.
If no one ever challenged the status quo, the Earth would still be flat. Rock would have no role. For decades, Infinity has challenged what a luxury car should be. We built the world's first high-performance hybrid to achieve 32 mpg, the first around-view monitor. We believe a luxury car should connect you to the road. It should move you emotionally and inspire. Infinity, inspired performance.
razors, same edge. Droid Razor by Motorola. Buy one for $199.99, get another one free. And back for a limited time. Get twice the data for the same low price. Verizon.
Hey, he went to Jared.
He definitely went to Jared. That's a peerless diamond. That's the ideal cut diamond. What?
Jared has 5 times the selection of ordinary jewelry stores with thousands of loose diamonds and hundreds of settings to create your own one-of-a-kind ring.
That's an extraordinarily beautiful moment. Yo, man, you crying? No.
That's the power of selection. That's Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry.
In studio with this update, I'm Cindy Brunson. Right now over on ESPN, great rivalry game between Louisville and Syracuse. It's 18 versus 2, and these Cardinals are trying to bounce the orange for an 8th straight time. We've got a 3-point lead with under 4 minutes to play. Again, that game over on ESPN. Ahead on ESPN2, Whitney Hand of the Oklahoma Sooners getting her mind right. She is averaging 12.6 points per on the season. Her Sooners looking to bounce the Huskies for the first time ever. Beth, Stephanie, back to you.
Thank you, Cindy. A big advantage here for Tennessee. 7:07 to go, and Matthew Mitchell doing a terrific job with the Kentucky program. Started out, his first job was here as a grad assistant for Pat Summitt back in 2000. And then was an assistant for current Tennessee assistant coach Mickey DeMoss at Kentucky, and then took over for the Cats when Mickey came back here after a stint at Texas. And there's Mickey DeMoss. Between her and Holly Warlick around this program with Pat Summitt a long time. Now Dean Lockwood added to the mix as well. They, of course, are handling more of the duties with Coach Summitt and the onset dementia.
Well, and Matthew Mitchell telling us the story of how he shouldn't be here. A camp counselor at Tennessee. Yep. Coach Summitt said if you're late, you're fired. He was late. He didn't get fired. Everybody needs to get a little lucky every once in a while. Kentucky trying to clean it up underneath. We could not confirm from Coach Summitt that his charm and his good looks and his sense of humor had anything to do with him able to hang on to that job. Obviously, we know he can coach. He's been coaching up the Cats. Nice high-low. Lori Johnson to the free throw line. Well, Wednesday Night Hoops presented by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups comes your way with North Carolina and Miami on Wednesday at 8 Eastern. It's on ESPN, ESPN3, and also streaming live on the Watch ESPN app. Lori Johnson able to convert on the free throw. Tennessee has been able to sustain. In fact, they are shooting better in the second half, over 60%. And defensively, Kentucky is shooting worse. They were 30% in the first half. They are 28% in the second. Total domination on both ends of the floor tonight. Well, in Tennessee, 24-8 advantage, points off the turnovers. And Kentucky usually on the receiving end of the giveaways by the opposing team. But again, Tennessee really executing defensively just as well as they're executing offensively. And good thing for Tennessee, they haven't had to execute much in the half court. They've gotten so much out of transition. Simmons leaks out for 2 more. He's got 25. Having a big night. Last few games, she's been better. Well, Brianna Bass head up, finds the streaking Simmons in transition. We've seen that all too often tonight. Matthew Mitchell's probably going to have nightmares of the Tennessee layups in transition. Well, and for the first time this year, they'll be dealing with back-to-back losses. And they'll have to regroup quickly. They would get a little bit of a break on paper, at least. They'll be at Alabama on Thursday. They are in last place in the league. And then home to Vandy and South Carolina.
before finishing up at Mississippi State, trying to secure their first SEC title in 30 years. They will stay a game in front of Tennessee if this score holds here tonight.
Well, and it's at that point in the year for Kentucky. You're playing from the front. It's a different mentality. They've got to be able to respond. They're going to get everybody's best shot down the stretch.
That'll make this SEC race a lot more interesting. Notre Dame's loss makes the Big East a little more interesting. And next week we'll be in Big Ten country, where we got, what, 4 teams now with tied for first place after the Purdue loss to Ohio State.
Well, and across the board, these conference races not only coming down to the last week, but could come down to the last game of regular seasons. And then you go into conference tournaments, could possibly play teams for the 3rd time, and a lot of parity going on. And I think the shock of the season, obviously West Virginia upsetting Notre Dame, especially the way Notre Dame has been playing offensively. West Virginia just handed it to them defensively.
Next Monday we'll be at Penn State. Buckeyes and the Nittany Lions. Last touch by Kentucky, 5 minutes to go.
Ohio State has been another surprise for me this season, losing a 4-time Player of the Year in Jantel Lavender. 8 years running they played from the inside out as Megan Simmons gets a terrific ovation. Fantastic effort.
Season high 25 for Simmons tonight on 10 of 17 shooting. Foul on the shot inside. Simmons now with back-to-back 20-point performances, but getting back to the new perimeter game at Ohio State. That's the top scoring tandem in the nation, by the way, Sam Prahalis and Taylor Hill.
It's a very different look for Ohio State than you've seen the past really 8 years. Jessica Davenport and Jantel Lavender inside, and that team flourishing an open block action offensively.
I like the way that the old grizzled veteran Jim Foster is
adjusting to his personnel.
That's right.
Well, it makes such a difference when you have a veteran backcourt, and Samantha Prahalis and Taylor Hill have been there. They understand what it takes, and they play off of everyone else around them.
Pull up, Kamiko Williams got it. Assist, Brianna Bass. 19 assists tonight for Tennessee.
And they've gotten back to their basics defensively. Terrific defensive effort. They're rebounding the basketball. Maybe starting to find a rhythm offensively. Getting some pieces back that are finally healthy.
Pinkett. That's what they needed a whole lot more of, was that dribble drive into the lane. We got the under 4 timeout. And Tennessee rolling tonight in Thompson Bowling Arena, trying to pull closer to the Cats in the SEC race.
After 100 years of hybrid technology, someone finally built one you'll actually enjoy driving. The 360 horsepower, 32 miles per gallon Infiniti M Hybrid, the high-performance hybrid.
Well, online dating services can get kind of expensive, so to save money, I found a new way to get my profile out there.
Check me out. Everybody says I've got a friendly disposition and they love my spinach dip. 5'10".
Still doing a little exploring on it.
My sign is Sagittarius, I'm into Spanish cheese. My hairline is receding, but I'm getting a weed. Getting a weed.
There's an easier way to save. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Golden Corral just brought new deliciousness to the amazing chocolate Wonderfall, and people are talking.
Golden Corral just made something perfect.
Even better.
One word.
S'mores. I dipped the cherry macaroon in the chocolate Wonderfall, made my year.
A heart-shaped cookie dipped in chocolate. What else can I say?
I absolutely love the little strawberry.
Only Golden Corral can make something this indulgently delicious even better.
Too good to be true? Not this time.
Be sure to join us Tuesday, February 14th for Valentine's Day.
ESPN, the home court of college hoops.
For the win! Yes!
The great moments. Just keep on coming.
Syracuse undefeated no more.
And College Game Day is right in the thick of it.
This is not just a regular game. This is a huge game.
How can you lose in this atmosphere? Saturdays on ESPN and ESPNU.
In studio with this update, I'm Cindy Brunson. In the second half, it's number 15, Nebraska at Minnesota. Rachel Banham with the bucket, and it's the Golden Gophers up by 2 with about 10 minutes to play. Over on ESPN, with 1 second on the clock, it is number 18 Louisville down a point to second-ranked Syracuse 52-51. The Cardinals trying to beat the Orange for an 8th straight time. Again, that game over on ESPN. Ahead here on ESPN2, Bria Hartley getting her mind right as Connecticut looks to bounce the Sooners for an 8th straight time. She's averaging 14 points per. Beth, Stephanie, back to you.
Well, Cindy, it's been an issue the last couple of games for Kentucky defensively. LSU shot 57% against them, and tonight 61% for Tennessee.
Well, it's interesting because Kentucky leads the league and leads the nation in turnover margin, lead the league in steals, but if you either don't allow them to get set or get 2 or 3 passes into offense, you've got a good chance to score because defensive field goal percentage hasn't been that strong.
Goss with the pull-up. And I think the bigger concern for Matthew Mitchell was what he talked about at the offensive end. And this is one of the top scoring teams in the country that only scored 51 against LSU. And they might not get there here tonight against Tennessee.
Well, and the challenge for Kentucky is to get better in their half-court execution. They've been able to rely so much on their defense creating offense, which is their strength, and they want to continue to try to play to that strength. But when you're playing teams multiple times and they've got your number, you've got to be able to execute in the half-court.
Big night tonight. Megan Simmons with 25, Shakina Strickland with 18. They have almost matched the field goal total for the entire Kentucky side tonight. But it was really those 3 that we just saw on the bench that started out with a pop. Simmons, Strickland, and Glory Johnson that set the tone for the night.
It sure was, and the 2 seniors started out. Glory Johnson had 4 points in about 3 minutes before she got her second foul. Strickland aggressive. And it's always nice for Tennessee to have that third consistent scorer in Megan Simmons. And when it's on, it's on.
Brianna Bass knocking it down. Stick around for the second game of our doubleheader tonight. Coming up next, number 3 UConn and the Oklahoma Sooners. They always draw real well in Norman. Should be a terrific atmosphere. We had close to 15,000 here tonight at Thompson Bowling Arena to watch a big night for the Lady Vols and what they hope will be a major turning point and momentum builder for the stretch run.
Well, we know it's about when you get hot. And Tennessee is a team that can get hot quickly. They've got the pieces. Are they finally starting to come together?
Can they have a 1997-like run where they lost 10 times, but still were hot late and won the national championship?
How old do you suppose these kids were in that 97 run?
What were we talking earlier? I think they are 5 years old, maybe 5 or 6.
Not old enough.
Gotta have a short memory anyways, don't you? Especially those shooters. 3 is good from Pinkett. Pat Summitt's going to get career win number 1,089. Nearly half of those against ranked opponents. Remarkable what she's done. And for the first time in women's basketball history, you had an opportunity to watch the game in 3D tonight. The first women's basketball 3D game. If you want to run out and get your 3D TV, get it by Saturday at 9 o'clock. That's the next ESPN 3D telecast, Ohio State, Michigan hoops. And get those sharp glasses.
And catch a pass while you're at it. Coming right at you.
Final minute in Knoxville. Kentucky came in hoping to solidify their hold on first place and get their first win ever in this arena. And that will have to wait for another day.
Well, they've got to find a way to bounce back from this, but Tennessee has got to feel good about the energy and effort that they played with on both ends of the floor tonight.
Sending a message to the rest of the league that they're not out of it yet, and perhaps to the rest of the country that the tools are in place.
They certainly do have the tools. They had to be able to get healthy, get players back on the floor, and they've got to find themselves on both ends of the floor, and I think that they've done a good job tonight, regaining a little bit of momentum.
Big night for Tennessee. They pull within a game of first place Kentucky, and they do it in impressive fashion. 91-54. A season high 25 points for Megan Simmons to lead the way. Pat Summitt picks up a win over her former grad assistant. Coming up next, Big Monday, presented by Bud Light, continues with UConn and Oklahoma. For Stephanie White, I'm Beth Mowens. Good night from Knoxville. The final score, Tennessee 91, Kentucky 54.